Hey people, Manic here. If you know what Bonelab is, people have been very excited for this game for a while. It's a sequel to Boneworks, and it came out today, and people are losing their minds. Seriously, there are some people who are more focused on this game than the hurricane currently smacking Florida. And there are some people who are very divided on the game because it is a bit more expensive for a VR game. And don't get me wrong, I'm loving the game right now. But I want to point out some of its issues because it seems that everyone else who's playing the game and reviewing the game right now doesn't really want to talk about any problems. They just want to continuously rant about how this is going to change VR forever. Now, I would love to show you my own gameplay. Unfortunately, it came out with this really cool flickering effect that I'm about to show you. Epilepsy warning, by the way. So, I apologize, but I'm just going to be using Stress Level Zero's footage that they used for trailers in this, and a couple screenshots and smaller videos that actually work to demonstrate what I'm talking about. Now, the first thing that I've been seeing people cry about is the price tag. It's $40. Most of it has been people who see VR as nothing but a gimmick, and the other half are kids who don't have that money. Now, don't get me wrong, you're free to spend your money however you wish. But when games are getting more and more advanced, especially in VR, and doing things that other VR games aren't doing, they sort of deserve that price tag more than games that are just COD, but in VR. That's just my opinion, however. You can completely ignore that and call me an idiot in the comments, and I also just smacked my pop filter. And a lot of people have been saying, you know, oh, if you're not sure about the game, you can always try it as a demo. It's pretty short, which leads into my next point. The game is really short. Without looking for secrets, going back to previous areas, or playing any of the other game modes, I finished the game in around only 4 hours. And I'm gonna say it again, I had a lot of fun with that campaign. It's really good, but I'm not gonna use the excuse of, oh, it has mod support, it's gonna be supported in the future. No, I'm reviewing the game I have now. But in all honesty, those are my only two big complaints. My other two are things that can be added in the future, or are just bugs. My only other problems with the game are optimization and physics interaction things. I'm playing the game on a Valve Index, so there's obviously gonna be some problems day one launch. For example, what I'm showing on screen here was one of the few clips I got that isn't flickery. It's kind of funny. And my other problem with the game is I would love a way to turn off the virtual crouching. It messes with my head. Essentially what it is that you have to push down on the right stick to crouch. You can crouch in real life if you're standing still, but if you're moving, not so much. And it messes with me when I'm moving because I want to duck and, you know, move through cover and whatnot, but I gotta do it with my stick. I want to move into the positives because, as short as this video has been, it's been very negative, so I want to talk about the things that I really like about the game. I can sum most of it up by just saying everything Boneworks did, Bonelab did 10 times better. Everything feels a lot better, everything feels a lot less clunky, your avatar is actually a full body now, meaning you can like put enemies in headlocks, it's really cool. And the whole avatar system itself is great, it feels incredibly fluid. The IK body is almost perfect and can always find where my real life limbs are. I apologize, I smacked the pop filter again. I'm trying to keep this review very short and very sane, something no one else can seem to actually do. So I'm just gonna put it like this, right? If you liked Boneworks, absolutely buy this game. You will not regret that. If you didn't like Boneworks, I would still recommend giving it a try. Because it probably fixed the thing you didn't like about Boneworks. Unless the thing you didn't like was, you know, it's VR. But Manic, what if I don't have a VR headset? I hear your thoughts. Well, that is a strange question, Josh. But if you're watching this video, I might as well give you something to leave with if you don't have a headset. The music is phenomenal. I believe the same composer for Boneworks came back for Bonelab, and if you like the music from games like Hotline Miami, you'll like half the soundtrack, because the other half is other stuff that's really good. I'm trying not to rant about the whole mod support thing, because people keep talking about that, and how that's going to be the thing to change VR, and that's going to be the thing to make VR mainstream, but I don't really agree with that. I'm gonna say this, and there's gonna be some Bonelab fans who are gonna be quite mad, but I don't think Bonelab is the Half-Life 2 of VR. I think it's the Half-Life 1 of VR. Let me explain what I mean, right? Ignoring the whole mod side of things, just from a game design perspective, Bonelab seems to set, or rather, wants to set a precedent of how VR games should be. And it's a good one. It actually uses, you know, the upsides of VR. Not a lot of VR games can really say that. But it still has some places to go. Don't get me wrong, again, game's very good, but it's not the kind of jump we saw in games from Half-Life 1 to Half-Life 2. It feels more like Half-Life 1 beta to real Half-Life 1. And while we're on the topic of mods, yeah, I think the mods are going to be very cool. Because think about Boneworks. That game didn't have official modding support from the devs, but people found a way. I'm really excited to see what people add now that this game has official mod support from the devs. It's starting with avatars from what I've heard, so I'm ready to see about 50 different Master Chief models in a week. I understand this video sounds a lot like a rant. That's because it is. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here. I get this is a really short review. It's really low quality. I made this very quickly because I want to get it out the same day the game came out. Basic rundown is, if you like Boneworks or just generally a VR enthusiast, you like VR games, I would really recommend picking up this game. You can get to the sandbox area with all the different game modes like the tac trial, parkour, arena, all that things in like 15 minutes. And that's when I think you can really figure out whether you like the game or not. If you think 40 bucks is just a bit too much, or you want to wait till the game is a little less buggy, has some more features, more mods, then just go ahead and wait a bit. I've only tried the game on Index. I can't say how good it is on Quest, on just a normal Oculus, or on Vive, but the only issues I've really seen with the Index are issues that stem from the controllers themselves, the knuckle controllers. But if you watch this far, seriously, it means a lot to me. Next video is obviously going to be back to just normal gaming with everyone and the person who apparently sounds like Jay Schlatt. But seriously, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next year when I upload again. If you think 40 bucks is just a bit too... Dang it, I keep smacking the pop filter.